What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. And today we have the March 2022 Tulsa International Airport update for you guys. I really hope you guys are excited for today's video. Today we have the March 2022 Tulsa International Airport update for you guys, and I really hope you guys are excited for it. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Thank you guys so much for being here. So excited to get into today's Tulsa International Airport update. We have a lot to talk about in today's update, and I'm really excited. I did get to visit Tulsa over March, which was super awesome. First time spotting in forever. It was absolutely amazing. I'm going to be really excited to talk about it through today's update. We do have many elements that do represent the day, which was absolutely crazy, and we'll talk about it more in depth in the spotting vlog at a later time, hopefully. But for the moment, I will go into the details through the update, and we have a lot of awesome changes, a lot of new routes to come as well, and airplanes as well. So we're really looking good here at Tulsa. I'm very excited to get into this update. We're going to get started, and here we go. Beginning with Southwest as always, and they've been booming as of late here at TUL. Here we have the Boeing 737-800 right here in the Heart livery for Southwest, obviously. This guy's currently pushed back with a non-stop service out to Dallas Love Field after coming in from St. Louis. Very nice right there. Pardon me, new routes beginning to Austin, Texas, and Chicago Midway in April and June, respectively. So excited to get Austin here next month. It's going to be Austin, obviously, Chicago to follow. Really excited for that. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Next up, we have the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700 in the Heart livery with blended winglets. Sorry for the dust. That stupid paint did get some of the models, and this was one of them. But this guy's currently making non-stop service today in from Phoenix Sky Harbor. And he's going to have proceeding service over to Houston Hobby. Looking really good. And then we have the Louisiana 737-700 right here for Southwest. Gonna have to add split scimitars to this guy, and the California one, and I think Florida one has it too. So definitely some split projects ahead, but that'll look nice in realism land. So this guy's gonna make a non-stop service today in from Las Vegas, and he's gonna have service over to our final destination, which I believe is Phoenix, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. So really nice lineup right here for Southwest. They're looking good. Very glad to see the progression here for our boys. I did get to see quite a few blended 700 Canyon Blues especially, so really good catches there for Southwest. Next up, we have the JetBlue Airways Embraer ER-190 filling in for the Breeze Embraer ER-195 for hopefully one of the final times. Yes, so excited. This guy's going to make a non-stop service in from Tampa, Florida, and he's going to be heading back out there. Breeze doing dividends. Their route expansion was crazy. I made a whole video on it, so feel free to check it out. New service to Nashville beginning seasonally on June 2nd. It's going to be interesting. I don't think the route's going to do absolutely amazing, but hopefully enough to sustain it. I'm not sure what the O&D is. Of course, Allegiant tried it during the pandemic, and that was an interesting choice as they failed with that. But hopefully maybe Breeze will be slightly more successful going forward. So excited to see how that's going to do for JetBlue, and I'm really eager to see how it's going to go. So new service here for Breeze coming up, but for the moment, getting very excited for the Embraer 195 model. It's going to be awesome. Of course, we're switching over to the 220 for the summer season, so we'll just adapt as necessary, but still looking good regardless. So we'll transition into our next frame as we have a lot of awesome stuff. Alrighty, so here we go with a very unique frame. I don't think I ever would have anticipated ever seeing this at Tulsa International Airport, but this actually happened when I was spotting, which was absolutely crazy. The first two, that is, but we'll talk about it. So the United section we'll jump into here in a minute, but right here, right in front of you guys, you are seeing that correctly. That is a Sun Country Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the blue livery. Super unique to see this right here. So this was actually a medical diversion. This aircraft was flying from the city in Mexico. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. I'm just going to put it on the screen for you guys. It begins with a Z, and it was flying to Minneapolis, St. Paul. And this aircraft actually flew right over Tulsa. And it was funny because we were catching, me and TUL Aviator were catching a, what was the aircraft? It was a, I can't think of what it was. United A319 mainline, that's what it was. And it was crazy because we were catching that on the shoulder, and as soon as we looked at the radar before we were going to pull off and get ready to watch some more takeoffs, this was coming in, which was absolutely incredible. I got to jet tip immediately, and jet tip, man, they saved me multiple times. Or not saved me, but they've been really helpful, and that was one of the first biggest ones. The next one we'll talk about here in a minute, but just as a whole, it was absolutely incredible, man, and this was so cool to see. So it did land. I got some phenomenal shots. I may put a raw one on the screen for fun. So it was so much fun, man, and it was so incredible to see this. So the Sun Country was absolutely amazing. It did park a B-10, which was very interesting, and hopefully the person is okay, but it was a medical diversion. This thing descended like 20,000 feet in 5 minutes on landing. They went super fast, but medical diversion. It did end up making the MSP, got some great landing shots, and the takeoff shots were decent. The sun went on into the Cirrus clouds routes, unfortunately, but still a very cool situation. So glad to get to feature this in today's airport update. So cool to see Sun Country at Tulsa International Airport. I could definitely get used to this, considering that Delta no longer does MSP. So Sun Country, maybe this is your sign to come to TL, I don't know, but it was really cool to see the medical diversion. We'll go into full details in the spotting vlog, hopefully very soon. So really, really cool right here. This guy's making nonstop service today up to Minneapolis, St. Paul, continuing after the medical diversion. And here we go into United Land. We have a lot of really good assets right here. We'll begin in the front with the Airbus A319 and the Continental Globe colors. This guy's currently making nonstop service today in from Denver, Colorado, and is going to be heading back out there on the afternoon turnaround flight. As I mentioned in the previous update, the Denver service was becoming a daytime flight, and I'm so glad I was able to see it over spring break. Really cool to get to see the A319 during the day. It was super cool. Got some really good landing shots. It was a Continental Globe. It was November 826 or 825 Uniform Alpha. This one particularly is 835, so kind of cool right there. I also got to see one take off to Houston in the morning, which was interesting. Didn't know it left so late, but it did, so we got to see it. It was 850, so that was really cool. So glad to see the A319 during the day, and it's really nice to get him here in the update, of course. And the main line's been going strong. Speaking of which, there's a little bit more main line. How about a debut for the United Airlines Boeing 737-900ER in the Continental Airlines retro livery? Beautiful model by NG Models right here. Super excited to get its debut in today's airport update. This guy's going to make a nonstop service in from Houston Intercontinental International Airport, and he's going to be heading back out there following that very shortly. Really cool to get this in here, man. This is such a beautiful plane. I'm really excited to have in today's airport update. So really, really cool. Beautiful airplane. I think it looks really, really nice. Its debut looking great on the channel right here, and so glad to get it. Thank you, NG Models, for a great model. We'll get the Evo Blue in soon, but I got the feature, pardon me, the Evo Blue already, so I thought I'd go for Continental Globe in this update. So looking really good, and welcome a really nice 739 into the updates. And then in the back right there, we have the typical United Airlines Bombardier Acer J-200, operated by SkyWest Airlines with the nonstop service up to Chicago O'Hare. It's just two CRJ-200s. Hopefully the 550s make it back soon, but for the moment, pretty nice itinerary there. We'll take it, so that is looking really nice. Alrighty, here we go in the concourse A. Sorry about the side lighting. It's kind of at the weird time of the year, so I apologize about that, where the light's coming literally from the side. But seasons are progressing, so that's kind of a show of it. And this is how Tulsa is in real life, so this is kind of how it looks. So I guess there's that. But right here we have an Allegiant Air Airbus E320 in the old colors. This guy's kind of making nonstop service in from let's go with Austin, Texas. It's going to be heading out to Phoenix Mesa. I mentioned both these routes today because those two routes are going to be suspended for April and are scheduled to come back in May. I'm not sure why. The performance on especially Austin's been, from what I've seen, even Phoenix too, unfortunately, not very good, so I'm not sure why. Sarasota needs some promotion too. It hasn't been very good. I don't know why, but I thought I would mention them since they're not going to be back in April, and hopefully not forever. I don't know why they're getting suspended, but hopefully they'll be back very soon. So I'm not sure what's going on, but there's the lineup there looking good. Here's the American Eagle Bombardier Acer J-700. This guy's going to be operating for SkyWest Airlines and PSA Airlines today. This guy's currently making nonstop service today in from Chicago O'Hare. He's going to have proceeding service out to Washington Reagan DCA for us today. Really good routes going strong here. Excited to see what they'll progress into. So looking really good. Then we have the American Eagle Embraer J-175, the Envoy recent release of the Embraer 175. I thought it'd be nice to get the new model in here as always. So this guy's currently making nonstop service today. For Envoy Air, this guy's currently coming in from, this is actually Republic, my bad. Coming in from Miami International Airport. He's going to have proceeding service for SkyWest Airlines today out to Los Angeles, which has been really cool to have that. And I got to see it for the first time, which was really cool. So that was very nice as well. And also the Austin service for the first time as well. So really, really nice RJ lineup right here. And we'll get the Austin flight here in a moment. I think you guys will see what I'm doing there. So yes. Right here, taxiing, we have the American Eagle Bombardier Acer J-900 operated by PSA Airlines. What a unit. This guy's kind of making a nonstop service today in from Charlotte Dulles International Airport. He's going to be heading back out there. Charlotte's doing super well, man. And to complement that, I don't know if you guys remember, but pre-pandemic, it was blocked for May of 2020 in March of that year. We were supposed to get an Airbus A320 on this flight earlier in the day, and then later in the day, we would have our service on the 737, of course. They're planning to bring the main line on that first flight, which is super exciting. It's going to be on the Airbus A319 going into May. I'm really excited to see how this is going to progress. Charlotte's evolved super well for Tulsa, been one of the most popular routes. I looked proportionally at the statistics for the services, or for all the routes of the top 10. On the government website, and all the routes were about proportionally about 3/4 to 4/5 of what they were pre-pandemic. And Charlotte, believe it or not, guys, was actually what it was pre-pandemic, very close, only 4,000 passengers off. So, and from the January to December 2021 cycle. So that just proves to you how much Charlotte's doing right there. I'm so proud of Charlotte, man. Getting the double main line at long last is so good. So Charlotte's progressed super well, and that's going to be a movement we'll talk about for years to come. So looking really good right there. At gate Alpha 9, we have the American Eagle Embraer J-145. This guy's currently making a service for Envoy Air today. Non-stop servicing for Dallas-Fort Worth. This is one of the first times I haven't done mainline for Dallas, but they are operating a daily Embraer 145, and I thought I'd get the new one in here since I have it now, so I thought it'd be nice, and I usually get to see it too. It was a nice shot in the afternoon, comes in at about 4 o'clock, so really cool right there. Glad to get in there. He's currently making the quick turnaround back up to Dallas, so looking really good. There are a couple aircraft in shade. I'll get here real quick, and it's not much as a torch as it was with the DSLR. So also be sure to watch the channel update and take a vote on the Google form and let me know what you guys like to see in terms of handheld or tripod. I would appreciate it. Cessna 172 currently taxiing out to the other side of the airport. This guy's currently making a local flight. And then we have an ExoJet Cessna Citation X currently taxiing over to the Atlantic ramp. This guy's currently making a non-stop flight today. And from, let's go with Destin Fort Walton Beach, and he's gonna have proceeding service. Let's go with Cheyenne, Wyoming, make it very unique. So really cool to see that right there. Loving the customs. And we'll see another Shapeways aircraft to come here in a moment. Here's the SkyWest Bombardier Acer J-700 in house livery. This guy's currently making non-stop service in from Austin, Texas. He's gonna have proceeding service over to Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. So really interesting to see Austin on the SkyWest CRJ-700. As you guys may know, I'm gonna start panning over because there is we're gonna start getting ready for the other side of the concourse. But what I was trying to say was, it's really, really cool to see Austin on the SkyWest CRJ-700. I thought it was very unique. Really, really cool to see this. Now, it's interesting because obviously, there's not much SkyWest going on in in Austin, CRJ-700 wise, but they are rotating some aircraft through Chicago, including on this route. So what they'll do is they'll bring aircraft in from Chicago, it'll come through Tulsa and then go on to Austin. So, and then go vice versa on the way back with a different airplane. So that's really, really cool. So really cool to get the Austin service on the CRJ-700. I did get to see it was a normal American livery, but I thought I'd include this one because I like this one. And emphasizing SkyWest at Austin, super cool. And I thought it was really, really nice. So really cool to see that. And next month it goes back to Envoy. It's currently 6 weekly, no more daily, so no more Saturday service, which is interesting, but very, very cool. And I'm really glad to see Austin. I think it's doing pretty well too, to compliment all of that. So looking really nice. Next up right here, we have another medical diversion. This is another American Eagle Embraer J-175 with enhanced winglets. This one's operating for Envoy Air today. This guy's currently coming in from Kansas City, and he's made a medical diversion. I did not get to hear more details on this besides it being a medical diversion as far as I'm aware. So it's very, very interesting. Hopefully the person was okay once again, but it was about another hour-and-a-half turnaround, pretty similar to the Sun Country. So 2 medical diversions in the same day. It was absolutely crazy, but we're actually going to lunch, and then TOL Aviator, pointed it out for me. So it was really interesting, but I thought it was very, very neat. So I thought I would include it. So hopefully everybody's okay. I'm not sure what's going on with all the medical diversions. I guess it was just a very unique circumstance. So really, really interesting, but glad to feature it here in today's update. And hopefully everybody's okay nevertheless. Over here, we have the FedEx Express Boeing 757-200 freighter. This guy's currently taxiing in after non-stop service today in from Fort Alliance. He's going to have proceeding service over to Albuquerque. Or no, I'm sorry, not Albuquerque, wrong airplane. Pardon me, sorry, yikes. Let's go with Denver for him today. I'm going to change the frame so we can get a much better lighting shot on these Deltas. Alrighty, so here we go with the Delta Airlines section. We'll be getting up here on the top with the relatively new, but brand new to the collection and for the airport updates. Delta Connection Bombardier Acer J-700 third release from Gemini Jets. So excited to encompass this model in today's airport update. I'm a big fan of this one. I thought they did a really, really good job on it. I think it looks super, super good. Really nice regional jet. Gemini Jets doing a good job. I know, crazy, right? But super glad to get this in today's airport update. This guy's kind of making non-stop service in from Salt Lake City, Utah today. He's going to be heading back out there. I was really happy to finally get to see another one of these, and I got to see landing too, which was awesome. Taking off, I don't think so. I think it took off when we were getting to Sun Country, so I got it taken off last time, so kind of a trade-off, if you will, but really cool to get to see it. SkyWest only has so many left, and speaking of that, they're going back to 175s next month, so everything going full circle here. Hopefully we'll get more SkyWest 700s in the future, but we definitely had our fair share, so either way, I'm happy, but really cool to get this in here. Just take a look at how beautiful that thing is, man. So happy with it, so looking really good. And then right here in front of us, we have the Delta Airlines Boeing 717-200. This guy's kind of making nonstop service in from Atlanta. Is going to be heading back out there. I think I saw 3, which was awesome. Hopefully more to come in that regard. But yeah, I would like to get another model too, maybe with aerials at some point if they make one. But for the moment, this 935 has been absolute workhorse, man. It's doing work. So really happy with it for sure. Currently pushed back, we have the UPS Airbus A300 freighter. This guy's currently making nonstop service today in from Oklahoma City. He's going to have proceeding service today over to Louisville, so looking good. I did get to see this exact frame from the parking garage, which was super cool. I'm trying to get a better view. Sorry, it's a little tight back here. But currently hanging out, we have a Collegiate Chargers Boeing 727-200. Is this 724? I got to see 724. Let's take a look. This is 726, so I did not get to see the exact one, but still super cool to get to see this regardless. This guy's going to make a nonstop service today in from Cincinnati. He's going to be heading back out there tomorrow night, or tonight I should say, in airport update land. And then we had the UPS Boeing 767-300 freighter. I actually saw one without winglets, which was really, really cool. I'm not sure what tail number was off the top of my head, but it was really cool to get to see that. So this guy's kind of making nonstop service today in from Louisville. He's going to be heading back out there tonight as well. So that was really cool. What a dynamic duo that was. It was so awesome. Absolutely incredible. And since we're over here, I know it's kind of a bad angle, but we'll get it anyways. Right here we had the FedEx Express Boeing 767-300 freighter. This guy's currently taking off with the nonstop service today out to Memphis today. Really cool to get to see this. It was so cool. Taking off from this perspective as well. So it was very cool, and I'm really glad that I got to see it. So it was absolutely awesome. So with all that being said, we're going to transition into the final portion of the update. Let's do it. Alrighty, so here we go with the last portion of the update. Right here we have definitely the saddest element. Right here we have the Frontier Airlines Airbus A320neo. This is Baja the Whale Shark. This guy's currently making the final for now. Last non-stop service out to Denver, Colorado today. This service ended on March 3rd, 2022. It's super unfortunate. Gonna miss Frontier dearly. The last one I saw at Tulsa was the, I think the Elk, and then the last one to operate was one of the newer ones. Super unfortunate. I think it was just pilot shortage, and unfortunately Tulsa probably isn't their best performing route with all the competition, and also just in general not enough promotion, that sort of thing. But I still thought it did really well. It made it about 4 years, started in June or May of 2018, so really unfortunate. I did get to see a nice assortment of Frontier aircraft at Tulsa over the years, including some 319s and A320neos and A320s. So we even had some A321s too. So we definitely got it all, but I'm gonna miss it dearly. So thank you for the run, Frontier. We're gonna miss you guys dearly. It's gonna be awesome, hopefully, to get them back at some point. Maybe they have came back twice now, so maybe they'll come back again for the third time. Maybe that will be the charm, but for now, just not quite there. But this guy's the final non-stop service out to Denver. Long live Frontier at Tulsa. Hopefully they'll be back soon. Very unfortunate. Sorry, guys. And then right here, we do have a brighter spot right here. This is a Gulfstream G650ER. Now this aircraft is currently blank, I know, but I want to represent something here. So somehow, I don't know how it happened, but somehow the G700 November 700 Gulf Alpha came to Tulsa on the day I was there. It was crazy. I saw my jet tip go off, and I was flabbergasted from that moment for the rest of the day. It was insane. So this aircraft, I don't even know how. So it went from Savannah to Amarillo, and I guess it was doing some stuff in Amarillo, and then it was going to go back, but it decided to come through Tulsa, which was super cool. We had a strong south wind, and it ended up landing on runway 8, which was crazy. I'm assuming they were doing some crosswind practice. I'll give you guys the long story short. So Tower gave him approval to land on runway, or cleared to land on runway 8, which was super crazy. The lighting ended up being really good for the shot we were able to get, which was super cool. And then he actually came off of runway 8 right here and taxied all the way down taxiway Echo, which is this one in my replica, and then took off on 18 left, made another loop, and landed on runway 8 again. And then he taxied over to one of the hangars on the east side of the airfield, and then he took off on 18 left and continued on to Savannah. So my assumption is he probably came in to do some crosswind practice on runway 8 with the very strong winds. And on top of that, he probably also got some fuel. I'm assuming it's probably a little bit better than some of the other places he could have got fuel. I'm not sure. But he was over at the hangar for a while, so that's my guess. But it was really cool to see the Gulfstream G700 here at Tulsa. Definitely my best GA catch, period. That airplane hasn't even been to big airports. I don't even think it's been to Teterboro or White Plains yet. So very cool to get to catch this. It was so cool. One of my best GA catches to date. The next best one, just for a teaser, I got to see a fully modded out Eclipse and a veterans livery, which is super cool. November 6-1 Hotel Foxtrot. It was such a cool airplane. So wow, what a day it was. But this was such a highlight. Thank gosh it landed on runway 8. That was just really cool for their crosswind practice and also for the lighting's sake. It was so cool. So that was unbelievable, but so glad I got to see it. So looking really good. The Tulsa spotting vlog is going to be incredible. And I'll talk about the experience more at a later time, but definitely got to encompass a lot of things through the update. Last but certainly not least, for the American Airlines hangar, we do have some good stuff going on here. So we have a Boeing 787-9 in the hangar currently hanging out. He's getting a C-check done. We'll be heading back out to Dallas Fort Worth soon. And we have two 737s over here. We have a 737 MAX in the back. He's currently hanging out and getting ready to go. And a 737-800, he's currently getting some maintenance done. He's going to be heading out pretty soon. He's going to be heading back to Dallas on a revenue flight. He came in from Pittsburgh, and then the top MAX came in from St. Thomas, which was one today, so pretty cool. Going to be heading out to Miami following that, so looking really, really good. So that will do it for today's Tulsa International Airport update. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll kind of just give you guys some frames. Sorry that the lighting's not very good, but got to see so many awesome things at Tulsa. It was incredible when I got to go spotting. Just the airport in general. New service to Nashville, Chicago Midway, and Austin coming for Breeze and Southwest. So definitely some new routes coming, which is awesome. Just in general, there's so many cool things going on at Tulsa. Really, really excited for what's to come in the future. It's going to be absolutely awesome. So many awesome things ahead. It's just incredible to see all the progression going on here. I really hope that you guys enjoyed today's airport update. Let me know what you guys think about handheld. Channel update just came out, so be sure to check that out if you guys are interested. And let me know what you guys think and your thoughts. I would really appreciate it. And also, sorry about the lighting. I may try to turn it for the summer updates. I'm not sure. We'll see. But just in general, it's kind of it's always tough when the light changes. So especially when it's in between. I mean, just look at the Continental. I mean, that's a prime example. Let me just fix the Southwest Jet Bridge here as we speak. But lots of awesome things to come. I really hope you guys are excited for it. I'll even tilt the board a little bit if I can, just to see if I can not break the paper and do a little bit of this. Absolutely, there we go. So really hope you guys enjoyed the update. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tulsa doing great work. Again, those 3 routes to come. I'll put the analytics on the screen. I don't want to take too much time analyzing those. They're pretty solid to say the least. So really happy with that. And we'll talk about it more in upcoming videos to come, but I don't want to make the updates too long because there has been quite a few long ones lately. And this one's already long as it is. So let me know if you guys prefer the shorter or longer updates. I'd appreciate it. But lots of things go into in today's update, and there was so much. So really hope you guys enjoyed it. Lots of great elements, more GA stuff to come for sure, and a lot more new models as well. We'll talk about that more going into the future and everything. So lots of great stuff to come. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I have missed a few uploads, just been so busy, and there's been a lot of things going on, and video miscues, and exporting's not finishing, and all kinds of random stuff. So thanks for bearing with me, guys. I appreciate it, but so excited for what's to come. It's going to be absolutely awesome. I really hope you guys are excited for it. Big moves ahead. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Be on the lookout for it. But Tulsa as a whole, doing really strong. Excited to see what's to come for the T-Town. And more updates to come. May's going to be awesome. Or sorry, April update's going to be awesome. We got to get to April first before we get to May. With the new service for Austin, and then hopefully some cool aircraft changes. The American A319 mainline, that'll be really cool. So really good stuff going on. Hope you guys are excited for it. And hopefully maybe another announcement. We'll see. Sun Country, I think it could be you, but we'll see what happens. So with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching today's Tulsa International Airport update. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Lots of great content on the way. I hope you guys are excited for it. Stay tuned. It's going to be awesome. And we're going to finish out March strong. I'll say that. It's going to be an awesome ending to the month. And going into April already, which is absolutely insane. So with all that being said, everybody, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's airport update. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Redriveraviation. I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do what you love and love what you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you guys soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.